In the burning heat of Mecca, under the weight of chains and the crushing pressure of a scorching stone on his chest, a man lay still. His lips cracked, his back bloodied, and yet, from his mouth came only one word: Ahadun Ahad, Ahadun Ahad. One. This was Bilal ibn Rabah, a former African slave, and the man chosen by the Prophet Muhammad to be the first to call the Adhan. Bilal was born into slavery in Mecca. He had no lineage, no wealth, no freedom. In a society where status was everything, Bilal had nothing, except his soul, and soon his faith. When the message of Islam quietly began to spread, Bilal was among the first to embrace it. He heard the words of Tawheed, that no one is worthy of worship except Allah, and something deep within him awakened. The chains that bound his body could not hold his heart, but the price of faith was pain. His master Umayyah ibn Khalaf was furious. He tied Bilal under the blazing sun, placed a massive stone on his chest, and demanded he renounce his faith. But Bilal only repeated, Ahadun Ahad. One. Each word was like a sword, not to harm, but to cut through the arrogance of idolatry. Then came Abu Bakr radiallahu anh. Moved by the sight of this man's unwavering faith, he offered to buy Bilal's freedom. Umayyah laughed and mocked him, but Abu Bakr paid whatever price was asked and freed him. For the first time, Bilal stood not as a slave, but as a servant of Allah, free in both body and soul. And when the Muslims finally migrated to Medina, the Prophet ﷺ looked among his companions and chose Bilal to stand on the rooftops and call the believers to prayer. It wasn't a wealthy man, it wasn't a tribal leader. It was Bilal, the once voiceless, now the voice of Islam. With a voice that shook hearts and a call that echoed through time, Bilal cried, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la and the earth seemed to pause, for the slave had become the caller to the highest of all, Allah. Years later, when the Prophet ﷺ passed away, Bilal could no longer call the Adhan. Each time he reached Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah, his voice would break, and his tears would fall. He loved the Prophet deeply, and the Prophet ﷺ had once said to him, Bilal, what is it that you do? I heard your footsteps in paradise. Bilal radiallahu reminds us that it is not race, wealth, or status that defines us, but the strength of our iman, the firmness of our tawheed, and the sincerity of our hearts. From the chains of slavery to the gates of Jannah. This is the legacy of Bilal ibn Rabah. If this story touched your heart, share it. Let his voice be heard again. And if you want more stories like this,